Hello there folks, happy Sunday to you. It's lovely to see you again as usual, and I hope that I find you very well indeed and that you've had a good week as well. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed yet and you do like these kinds of videos, why not consider subscribing just before you go, because I do put these videos up every single week. We're a wee family of 4 from the west coast of Scotland, and it is just the meals that I've made during the week. And if I've done a video recipe on any of the dinners that you see here, I will leave them linked underneath in the description box. And we also got a HelloFresh box this week, so there are 2 meals this week from HelloFresh. And if you want to try out HelloFresh for yourself, you can get 60% off of your first box, then 25% off your next 2 months, and they'll throw in a few free gifts as well. You can use that wee QR code there, but I will leave all of this information in the description box underneath the video. So on Monday we had cottage pie. So this was using the Beyond mince, the Beyond beef mince, which is a meat substitute. I didn't know you could buy this stuff. I thought this just was exclusive to restaurants and fast food places, that type of thing. But I've seen it in Sainsbury's. They've got the burgers, the mince, the Beyond chicken. So I picked up the burgers and I've picked up the mince. So with the mince I made this cottage pie. We had some swede and carrots on the side. This is it here. Now, the flavour was lovely and it cooked up wonderfully and it looked just like a cottage pie, but the texture was so strange. It was really rubbery. So yeah, I wouldn't get that again, but their burgers on the other hand were fab, and when we get there I will tell you more about them. Moving on to Tuesday, it was an al fresco day. You'll know by now, if you watch me every week, most Tuesdays we meet up with a group of friends and we get something from the local takeaway. It was absolutely roasting, plus I'm watching my calories at the moment, so I just made this wee corn stir fry and I just took that with me in my own wee Tupperware box, and it was really nice. And moving on to Wednesday, this is one of 2 HelloFresh meals, and this was the Meatball Sub. So with this comes potato wedges and some rocket as well. So it's a brioche roll with beef meatballs and some melted cheese on the top, and there's mayonnaise underneath everything, some potato wedges, and then a wee handful of rocket. When I was selecting this one, I just thought it looked a wee bit different to things that we would normally have, and that's the good thing about this as well. You get to try things maybe that you wouldn't normally cook, because there's no waste and everything's in the bag. You're not having to go out and buy lots of different things just for the one recipe, so it's really good for that point of view. So it was just a brioche roll with some mayo inside. It did come with burger sauce, but I used mayo instead. The beef meatballs topped off with cheese popped under the grill just until it goes nice and melting. With all of your HelloFresh recipes, you'll get your recipe card showing you what it was, hopefully what it should look like. Your ingredients are down one side and all of that is in your wee bag, and the bags are numbered. It's pretty foolproof, and on the back you have your recipe or your method. Moving on to Thursday, we had Tunapolitana. Now, I don't know if this is a new seasoning from Schwartz. I used to get the tuna pasta bake a while back, and this is very, very similar. The only difference is this one you don't put in the oven and you don't add sweet corn. So I don't know if it's a completely new seasoning blend or whether they've just changed it, because it's very similar, like I said. And I just popped some parmesan and some black pepper on the top with a couple of slices of garlic bread as well. And that's the wee sachet there, just in case you want to pick it up for yourself the next time you're in the supermarket. And moving on to Friday were these Beyond beef burgers. Now, these were amazing. If you remember, we went to TGI Fridays a couple of weeks ago and Mr. What's for Tea had this Beyond beef burger and thoroughly enjoyed it. So when I seen them in Sainsbury's, I just had to pick them up. So it's a brioche roll, some mayo, some smoked applewood cheese. That's the Beyond beef quarter pounder. And then some more cheese, a couple of slices of tomato, the top of the bun. And on the side, we've got some sweet corn, which I just roll in butter when it's ready. And then some skinny fries from Marks and Spencer's. And then some sweet corn, some coleslaw just on the front. Yeah, these wee burgers are fantastic. If you do like a meat-free day or if indeed you are vegetarian or vegan, I would highly recommend you give these ones a go. Like I said, I didn't know you could buy this stuff until I seen them in Sainsbury's. I have seen them in restaurant menus and things, but I had no idea you could buy them, and I would highly recommend those and definitely get them again. And moving on to yesterday, it was an absolute scorcher of a day. So we just had baked potato and salad. So these wee baked tatties are from Marks and Spencer's. I just done these in the air fryer for just over an hour. Then I popped some butter in the top with a wee bit of lettuce on the back and some tomato and cucumber and sweet corn and sweet peppers and parmesan. Parmesan to me is a bit like my parsley when I've got it. It goes on everything, pasta, salad, doesn't matter until it all gets used up. And that's our favourite jacket potato filling, which is tuna, mayo, sweet corn and garlic, closely followed by cheese and beans, but it's just been far too warm for cheese and beans. And like I said, I did do the potatoes in the air fryer. I just rubbed some oil into the skin and put them into some tin foil, closed them up and gave them just over an hour, and they came out perfect. And moving on to today, this was the second of our Hello Fresh meals. So this was the creamy tomato and chicken penny pasta. The sauce in that pasta was absolutely delicious, and I will definitely be trying to recreate that one. And it's got chicken thigh pieces inside. You could use chicken breast pieces if you prefer. And again with the parmesan on top, with a wee bit of black pepper and a couple of slices of garlic bread. And this was it here, bubbling away top of the stove before I added the pasta. I just add the pasta in, and I give this in about another 5 minutes just to let all those lovely flavours soak into the pasta, and the pasta puffs up. Oh, it just goes lovely. Like I said, with all of your meals you do get these recipe cards. It'll tell you down the side what you need to use, and on the reverse you've got your method, and all your wee bags are numbered, and they match up with your recipe card. So it really is foolproof, like I said. And this was the contents of my wee bag for that pasta that you just seen there. I mean, you might need to add a wee bit of water or a wee bit of oil or a wee bit of sugar, depending on the recipe, and these are what's known as pantry items, but 98% of what you need will be in your bag. So that was everything that we had this week. So thank you so much for coming over if you're leaving at this point, and a huge thank you as usual to the supporters of the channel, of my Patreon page, and for all of you for leaving your messages, and those that DM me and you send me your pictures over on Instagram. And for those that share the videos as well, it's all very much appreciated. And I will catch up with you during the week for a wee recipe, probably on Thursday, back on Saturday for our wee shopping unbagging, or even back this time next week. It's our favourite time of the week on the channel, our Sunday meals of the week. So you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you off as soon back here on What's for Tea. Bye now.